Hello. Today I'm going to teach you how to solve a 2x2 Rubik's Cube. Much like 3x3s, this is actually a lot simpler because these ones do not have the centers that the 3x3s have. And actually there are two different types of cubes. This one you most likely have on your counter or sitting on a shelf or in your basement or somewhere in storage. Probably just sitting there. Hasn't been used in who knows how long. So if you have one of these, go ahead and pick it up and follow along with me so I can teach you how to solve your first 2x2. And if you have gotten a present or are more experienced, speed cubes are also an option, in which this one is a YJ MCG for those who actually know the names. And as you can see, this one doesn't turn as well as this one does. So these ones are more loved by the community here. And Rubik's actually just recently dropped another 2x2 called the Rubik's Speed, which this one I actually really enjoy. But we'll get back onto that later. For now, I'm just going to use the YJ MCG. So, starting off, you're going to go ahead and grab your 2x2. Once again, you'll probably not be needing a timer because I do not believe you'll be timing yourself right away. And once again, you do not need the mat either, but I'm going to go ahead and use this, provided by Speed Cube Shop here. This is not an advertisement. I'm not sponsored by them, unfortunately. But now, let's just go ahead and get right to it. Starting off with your 2x2, you can do one of two things. If it is already scrambled, just go ahead and, if you want to, you can go ahead and scramble it again. But obviously mine's solved, so I'm going to go ahead and scramble it. Just go ahead and mix it up there. And so, 2x2, if you know how to solve a 3x3 from my previous video, this solving a 2x2 will be a breeze. But if you don't know how to solve a 2x2, that's what I'm going to teach you here today. And so there are multiple ways to solve a 2x2. There are many ways, such as solving it like as a beginner. There's a method called Ortega and CLL. CLL is certain algorithms, which I actually do not know, which I need to get on, but it's where you solve the whole bottom and then you solve the whole top layer as well in two separate algorithms. And the Ortega method is where you solve a face, much like this. Here you solve a face here, you do an algorithm to solve the top, and then you solve the rest of the cube. And then the beginner's method, like I'm going to teach you here, is where you solve the first layer, much like this, and then you are going to go ahead and align all the pieces so they are correct. This one's kind of tedious, but... And then you're going to go ahead and flip them over and solve the rest of the cube. So now on to the tutorial. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and mix my cube up again one more time. So once again, if you know how to solve a 3x3, this should be pretty easy for you, but if you do not, that's why this tutorial's here. And so, as seen on the Rubik's scale, this is a difficulty level of 2, while 3x3 is a 3, for 2x2, 3x3, and 4x4 being the next one. But I'm going to teach you how to solve a 2x2, which is fairly easy. So what you want to start off with is you want to locate the corners, much like you would on a 3x3 with the third step, because this one does not have center pieces at all. Like, they're just missing entirely. Nor do they have the edge pieces, they're all corner pieces. So you're going to go ahead and locate your corner pieces with the white on them. And you are going to try and put them in the correct spot. And when I say correct spot, I mean all of them facing one direction. You can have this on the top or the bottom, whichever one you'd like. I am going to do it on the top, just so you guys can see what I'm doing. And so to start off with, I have this one and this one here, which these two are in two opposite parts. And the blue is up front here. And I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to turn this one back here. I'm going to do a U2 here. So now if I do a U2 again, or an R2, sorry. If I do an R2, which is the right side, these two line up now and make a bar. And this is what we want here, except for all four pieces. And so now we have another one here. I'm not going to worry about this guy later because this guy just gets rotated in place here, because it's red, green, and white. So I'm going to focus on this guy here, since this guy's pretty easy here too. And I'm going to go ahead and move him right here, since this is orange, green, and white, and the orange matches up down here. And so I'm going to go ahead and do an R2 once again, and now that guy is lined up here. And if you remember my previous video, you should remember how to do this algorithm here. But if you have not seen my previous video, here's a quick rundown for you. So there are 3 different ways you could do this with this one on the right side and the gap right here. One of them could be you could move the left side up, move the top so the white lines up with the white, and then move it down and back over again, like that. The other things you could do would be to rotate so the white is sitting right above where it needs to go, and then you're going to rotate the cube so it's sitting on the right side, and then you're going to do the algorithm that we normally use called the sexy move. I'm not going to go into further detail about that because it is listed in my first video. So to start off, we have this guy over here facing the right side once again, and now we're going to move the right side up. So now it is sitting like this, and you're going to move the top to line the white up again, and then you're going to move the bottom down so it lines up with all the rest, and you can move it back like this. There was one other way that I was thinking that you could do this, but that would just be something like this, where you would move it back here for some reason and go back like that, which in turn would lead to the same result. So now that you've got the first layer solved, and this is a 2x2, you do not need to worry about the middle layer, because once again, it has no centers and edge pieces. So now, we are just going to solve each piece individually to where they need to go. So I'm going to go ahead and find a piece. It doesn't matter if it is facing towards the top, facing the left, facing the right, or whatever. But I'm going to go ahead and use this guy because this guy is actually already correct. He just needs to be rotated like this, where the yellow needs to go up here, orange goes here, and green goes here. So this guy is in the correct spot. And so I'm going to go ahead and do this algorithm that we also use on 3x3, where you move the top to the left, the right side up, the top to the right, the left side up, the top to the left again, to line these two up. Then you move the right side down, move the top to the right, line these two up once again, and then you're going to move it down. And now, actually, I already have these guys solved, but you might need to do that algorithm one more time if it hasn't already. Sometimes you might have an issue where these two are actually opposite, and then these two need to actually go up here, in which you're also going to do that algorithm there, which is move the top side to the left, right side up, top side to the right, left side up, top side to the left, right side down, top side to the right, left side down. In which I actually need to do this algorithm again. Otherwise, you might run into another problem, which I actually ran into here, I wasn't planning on, where you have this one is correct, this one is correct, but these two are not. And what I actually used to do is I used to focus on a different corner instead. Sometimes that would work, sometimes that would not. But now I have learned that you should do this other algorithm known as a soon, which we actually did on 3x3, which was this guy here, that we used to match up all the edges there of the yellow side, not the white side, sorry. And so now we are going to do that, but with the solved pieces on the right side. Unless if you want to do it on the left side, you are just going to mirror exactly what I am doing here, but with your left hand. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the top side up, move the right side up, sorry, move the top side to the left, right side down, top side to the left again, right side up, top to the right, and top to the right again to line it up here, and then you're going to move it back down. And now you are going to have to find another piece like this guy here, and you're going to have to do this algorithm again, which solves all the corners, which would be this guy here. So just like that, now you're ready for the next step. So now for this next step, you just need to solve these corners. And with these guys, you're going to do exactly what we did on the 3x3. And if you haven't seen that video, I'm going to show you that right now. And so all of these corners right here are correct, where you just need to be swapped, you need to be swapped, you and you need to be swapped. So now we are actually going to hold these guys on the bottom side. So the white side is facing upwards. And so I am going to go ahead and start with this one here, where you're going to do those sexy moves again. You remember the ones that go the right side up, you, the right side down. This is known as U prime. Remove it to the right side, and you are just going to do that again. Until the white is on the bottom. Or sorry, until the yellow is on the bottom. I don't know where I was going with white, but until the yellow is on the bottom. And so now you're actually going to move the bottom side like that instead. And now you are going to do that again. Go right side up, top side to the left, right side down, top side to the right, right side up, top to the left, right side down, top to the right. And throughout this, you may notice that we have already been here, where this is solved, but you're just going to keep focus on this corner here. You're going to move the top, or the right up, top side to the left, right side down, top side to the right, right side up, top to the left, right side down, top to the right. Then you're going to move the bottom, and you're going to do that all over again. You're going to move the right side up, top to the left, move it down, and back over. Up, over, down, over. And then you're going to move the bottom once more. And now, as you can see, we have these three right here, where these are all solved, but this isn't. In which you need to solve this corner and not just twist it in order to solve the rest of this. Because this up here is actually unsolvable if you twist this corner here. And so now, you're just going to keep doing it again, one last time. Left, down, to the right, up, to the left, and down. And now you have solved your 2x2. So congratulations on solving your first 2x2. I know most people will get lost around that last step, just like on 3x3, but do not lose hope, and this is why you watch the tutorial the whole way, unlike I did when I first started learning. That caused me to get really angry really fast and be really confused on why my cube wasn't solved. So thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope everybody has a good one.